On a happy note, I guess all the Winnebagos that were parked up and down PCH where they're cooking out of, those things surely are gone. They'll be the first ones back. The comedy is the guys who lost their $20 million homes on the ocean side of PCH will be knee deep in the permit process. They will be trying to pull permits when the guys in the Winnebagos will have been back for months before those guys ever get a permit. As a matter of fact, Alan Hamill and Suzanne Summers moved because they could not get a permit to rebuild their home of 40 years on the ocean on PCH. You know how Bill Maher seems real conservative now when he's like arguing with Jane Fonda about regulations, too many regulations, like strangling everything? Because remember, when Bill Maher tried to put solar in his house in Beverly Hills, that's when he turned against the government, because he saw what the government and the overreach of government and overregulation does. You guys all voted for Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. You all voted for Gavin Newsom. And now you get what you get. Oh, now that your house is on fire, well, now you're thinking about something else. Now you want to know what's going on. What's going on around here? You didn't give a shit about what was going on when other people's houses were on fire, but now you care. So here's what's going to happen. All these people who are deep blue Democrats are now going to have to pull a permit to rebuild. And they're going to get the 28-year-old from the Coastal Commission telling them to go off.
I've been dealing with these people since my early 20s, so I've been screaming about this for a million years. But these folks, like Jane Fonda especially, they have no idea. They've never pulled a permit. They've never dealt with the city. They've never dealt with the Coastal Commission. So when they do, that's when they start turning the corner and they start thinking like us. Now, obviously, they're not all going to vote Republican the next time around, but you can bet that they're going to take a real good look at the next Gavin Newsom character who comes down the pipe. This is no different than a sanctuary city. Remember all the blue cities, New York City, they all loved the sanctuary city. They patted themselves on the back and they celebrated the fact that they were heroes because they were a sanctuary city. But when the first busloads of migrants started getting dropped off in their swanky neighborhoods, what did they do? They started screaming, "Where's the government? What's going on? We didn't sign up for this." That's what's going to happen with the rebuilding process. I'm in Vegas, so I just took off. I can't get back to my place in Malibu. I just found out it was in one piece. The restaurant in front of it is gone, and the entire Pacific Coast Highway, every house on it in front of me is gone. And I mean, for a mile. The devastation is beyond description. We're talking about multi-million-dollar homes, and not $3 million homes, $25 million homes, all gone. You know, the only theme as an ex-contractor I can see is the more modern homes with the stucco and the cement facades with the steel and aluminum windows and steel roofs. Those fared much better than anything traditional with wood, eaves, shake roof, wood trim and molding. All the traditional type homes, the ranch style homes, won up immediately. The more contemporary modern homes stood a much better chance, but still were going to burn to the ground if everything was on fire. So you will see weird pockets. It's just like you do in every fire, just like you do in tornadoes, where you see the house to the right is gone, the house to the left is gone, and the one in the middle seems completely untouched. That's what just happened to my home. Gavin Newsom wants to talk about, climate change, and all the lefts and all the blues want to blame climate change. Okay, it's here. We're not going to get rid of it by having electric leaf blowers and converting to electric cars by 2030. As long as China, as long as India is crapping out coal mines, then we're not going to be able to move the needle on this. But what are you going to do about it? Remember, New Orleans is under sea level. So you have to build seawalls. And if the Army Corps of Engineers builds a good seawall, then the people in New Orleans will not flood. So we need to take our technology and steer it toward these problems. Instead of sit around and point fingers and complain about climate change, how about you do something? Let's just say it is climate change. Good. Now what are we going to do?